Thanks for joining our quarterly Oracle Integration Webcast. I'm Daryl Eicher from the Oracle Product Management team. And if you missed one of our previous sessions, you can catch up with us with on-demand recordings. Just check out our quarterly newsletter or subscribe to our Oracle Video Hub channel. Today we're excited to welcome Kaushal Kurapati, Global Vice President, Product Management, Oracle Fusion AI. Kaushal will share how Oracle Fusion AI Agent Studios actually reshaping what SaaS means for enterprises. Good morning, Kaushal, and welcome.
Thanks.
Kaushal, can you kick us off with how Oracle Fusion AI Agent Studio helps drive efficiency, innovation, and growth? And with your background in enterprise AI, how important is governed connectivity to that strategy?
Yeah, it's tremendously important. We all operate in multi-vendor environments. Interconnectivity, interoperability is a critical aspect of it, and OIC Integration Cloud helps us really connect to a broad swath of connectors out there, and we'll speak to that in a few minutes.
Outstanding. Good morning, Nathan. You're our AI integration thought leader. What will you show us today about how Oracle Integration extends Fusion AI Studio agents for governed access to enterprise apps and data?
Hey, Daryl, and hi, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Well, look, the Fusion application team has built an incredibly strong portfolio of agentic AI capabilities, and we on the Oracle Integration team are really happy to be partnering with the Fusion team, really to help complement their AI agent story. And of course, the core value of OIC is our connectivity to applications, our automation portfolio. And today we'll see why those capabilities can be so important to successful enterprise agents.
Fantastic. Thanks, Nathan. Good morning, JT.
Good morning, everyone.
As you continue to drive innovation with Fusion AI Agent Studio, why should developers and business analysts be excited about what you and Nathan are going to be demonstrating for us live today?
Oh, there's lots to be excited about. Agents are reshaping how we build software in the enterprise and how enterprise users interact with that data in their enterprise. And agents are only as good as their data. And as Kaushal mentioned, we're in a multi-vendor world. We need to get access to that data, or I should say the agents need access to that data. So having capabilities like we get from Integration Cloud to extend those agents really make them shine and make them work within the enterprise scenarios.
Makes sense. Thanks so much, JT. And not least of which, the great Niall. What's your favorite feature in the latest Oracle Integration releases?
So, good afternoon from a very sunny Bavaria. Welcome, everybody. Now, regarding 2601, I don't want to be a spoiler. So, the new features Nate covered in his demo are really game changers. In 2601 release, brings AI agents into the project lifecycle, simplifies observabilities. There's improvements to process automation for human-in-the-loop oversight. They're also very compelling. But again, I don't want to be a spoiler there for Nathan. So really, this is going to be a great session. Back to you, Daryl.
Excellent. SaaS services like ERP, HCM, CX, they need to be connected. Oracle Integration offers certified adapters and pre-built connectivity. With the new Oracle Integration AI features, integrations can be exposed as AI agent tools. And this gives large language models your enterprise data to empower agents to make better decisions with human oversight and governance. The objective of this call is to give you the latest product information and resources to implement successful Oracle Integration projects and utilize the whole iPaaS platform, including AI features. Quick housekeeping, today's session is live and this presentation is being recorded, so please feel free to post your questions via the conference Q&A tool in the Zoom console. At the end of the webcast, we'll answer them. Slides and on-demand webcast will be posted on Oracle Video Hub, and we will post announcements and links during the conference chat. Please complete the online survey at the end of the webinar. And note the safe harbor statement. For today's agenda, after my short introduction, Kaushal will provide a strategy overview on Fusion AI Agent Studio. Nathan will follow with how Oracle integration provides governed connectivity and automation. JT will demo how Fusion AI agents and Oracle integration work better together. And Niall will introduce new features of 2601. To get started with agentic AI, we offer the Accelerate program. Based on your use case, we'll build a POC together and we'll support you with training and coaching. As we want to promote your Oracle integration success, we ask you to submit your success story. This program is also available for RPA and B2B, both parts of Oracle integration. Oracle integration is part of the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Free Trial Program, where you can build, test, and deploy your Oracle integration and connect your applications. These trials are valid for up to 30 days. And most importantly, check out the documentation. It's available for all automation technologies like AI, RPA, or to connect apps and data. The documentation includes much more, like hands-on training, live labs, and what's new. Make use of the live labs to build your proof of concept. And who are the integration experts to support your custom project? Well, system integrators like Accenture or Next implement 8 out of 10 of Oracle integration projects. Choose a certified partner with OIC references to replicate your success. At Partner Finder, you can search for certified partners by competencies and regions. And at Cloud Marketplace, you can search for applications based on Oracle Cloud Platform. For example, Infobit offers Communication Suite to send WhatsApp or other messages via OIC, or Fishbowl's Web Center Adapter connect OIC AI Knowledge Base. If you have questions, you need support, collaborate at Customer Cloud Connect. In addition, in discussion forums, you'll share your knowledge, engage with industry experts, and network with peers. You can submit innovations and earn badges. For regular updates, please subscribe to the Oracle Integration newsletter. Quarterly updates for our team include latest product information, events, success stories, webinars, and trainings. And finally, today's webcast is recorded and will be published at Oracle Video Hub. With that short introduction, over to you, Kaushal.
Sounds good. Thank you, Daryl. Thanks for the invite, first of all, and it's great to be on this and sharing the update about AI Studio. So my name is Kaushal. I lead product management for Fusion AI Agent Studio and work along with JT here. So we'll start with the basics and let's quickly deep dive into Agent Studio. This is going to be a whirlwind thing. We can spend a lot of time on this and happy to do so in a separate venue, but we'll give a very quick overview of what agents are and why are we doing this. So agents are something that have agency, which make decisions, which can automate business processes, bring insights. And eventually, why do we do it? We do it to save cost, time, and reduce manual errors. And so agents are also becoming more of doers than just being talkers, right? In a sense, so we all started off using ChatGPT and other tools like that and chatting with agents. And now they're able to do tasks. They're able to actually take action and make decisions. So that's where agents are evolving to. That's what they've become and are becoming. And they are, of course, powered by large language models. They're increasingly able to use a lot of tools within the companies, like call APIs, use a web search tool, use any tool that's available to them. They can understand user goals and interpret them. And they're very good at language, obviously, because they use large language models. And they're able to decide on what actions to take and bring you and ours as human beings, a prioritized set of actions. And increasingly, they're able to sort of connect enterprise systems and use the business context that there is. Because that's what is important, right? Large language models are built in an isolation. They don't understand your business context. So they need to be provided the right context. And that context lives in so many systems. It lives in Fusion, it lives elsewhere too. And that's where a lot of connectivity comes in and interoperability comes in with, the technology like OIC, for instance. And we ultimately want agents to be able to take action. So what we've built is a collection of capabilities in Agent Studio to help you do that. And customers, internal teams, partners, all of them use this Agent Studio. We've built, it'll take a while to go over all the capabilities, but the key ones to note are an ability to sort of assemble different agentic patterns and create agents on the fly. Very easily create agents using a low code, no code interface. And also, you can use agents from Oracle itself, what we call seeded agents, and you can change them to modify them to your own purposes. So we're also creating new things. For instance, an agentic app builder is coming up. New agentic apps are a new construct that we're going to announce next week. And that brings together the decision-making capability to a new level and sort of make agents much more autonomous. What agents are becoming is, if you think of it as like the automotive evolution of how things were assisting users and becoming fully autonomous and self-driving vehicles. And similarly, agents are becoming towards more powering more autonomous systems. We are introducing multimodality as well. If you just stay on the previous slide.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. We're introducing a lot of capabilities in terms of multimodality, ability to create presentations, ability to sort of do audio, and in the near future, video as well. Agents will remember things. Contextual memory is super important because an agent has to remember the context and know what it's doing, and that's when it can really provide a lot of benefit to us. So contextual memory and your kind of context of what you're doing and what the role of the agent is very important. Content intelligence is the other big part of it, where we're bringing a lot of connectivity to various systems. And of course, we support MCP and A2A tools. That's the interoperability part of it. We'll talk about that in a few slides again on how OIC helps there as well. So quickly, anatomy of an agent, just to make sure that we are all on the same page, is we all use the term tokens. Obviously, LLMs process these things called tokens, which is basically a word broken down into subparts. A token roughly represents about 3/4 of a word of an English word, or could be any other language as well. And they understand this language of tokens, break down the concepts and paragraphs or whatever it is into words and then into subtokens, and they process that with input and output. And you provide input to a large language model through prompts, of course, and topics are a kind of think of it as a mini prompt, which instructs an LLM to do certain specific things. So you provide a prompt, which basically is a detailed instruction of what to do and also what not to do. So prompt is where the magic happens really with an LLM. And the more tighter your prompt is, the better it is. But that said, don't write prompts which are like long essays going to hundreds of pages or tens of pages, because then you tend to contradict yourself. You're repeating yourself, and prompts do consume tokens, so it'll cost you as well. Tools are the big important aspect of an agent, because that's how an agent becomes a really functional in the enterprise. It uses the business objects, it uses a lot of API calls to really get the business context and provide it to the agent so that it can assemble all of that into a prompt and send it to a large language model to ultimately help make that decision. And to accomplish many different sort of enterprise automation tasks, what we have done is we have created a bunch of agentic patterns so that they're common patterns so that you don't need to start from scratch. Then most of the tasks will fit into one of these patterns, and you can use them in creating agent teams that will help you get the job done. All of this is built into Fusion, by the way. So security, auditability, governance, all of that is native to agents, which are built right into Fusion, and they're not really bolted on. And that's what the difference is between building agents somewhere else versus building agents right here with Fusion Agent Studio. The agents that are built here are really secure natively and leverage all the best practices of all what Fusion already offers. So you don't need to do anything special, anything extra to apart from that. The agentic patterns that I was referencing just now are a variety of patterns that help you build an agent team essentially to accomplish a task. So they can be ranging from deterministic agentic patterns to more probabilistic ones, which are more oriented towards ambiguous, goals, which can take many different paths to get to a goal. So workflow agents are something that is a very core to the agentic pattern that can be leveraged in multiple ways to really automate a business workflow, right? So they're used in, say, any sequential tasks that you're accomplishing. Most enterprise tasks are fairly sequential. And consumer tasks tend to be a little more sort of probabilistic, open-ended, and so on. There are some of the enterprise tasks that are probabilistic too, but most of the enterprise tasks fall into the camp of workflow agents, that's why we introduced them. And they also use large language models, of course, and they have decisioning capabilities. Their business logic that's embedded in them. So you can compose workflows agents with sub workflow agents as well. So you can compose teams of these agents, and you can have the supervisor and worker agent pattern as well embedded within workflow agents. So they are really complex. You can assemble really complex patterns through all these agentic patterns. And we are giving the raw material here so that you can assemble any different sets into any different Lego. Think of these as Lego blocks. You can assemble them into any different pattern and accomplish any task that's there in the enterprise. All of this comes together really at life in the Fusion AI ecosystem. We've really partnered with many partners out there, and we've created certification and training programs so that there are 63,000 plus and counting certified consultants that are across Fusion. So these are people who have really gotten trained on Agent Studio, and they're able to sort of create agents, and it's a thriving agent marketplace. We have many partners that we work with that use agent templates to build agents and have launched agents, and they'll continue to do so with all the workflow agents that we've launched, and in the near future, agentic apps as well. So we connect, of course, to different LLMs. Some are hosted on OCI, some are hosted elsewhere, premium LLMs that are hosted outside as well. And we follow open standards like MCP and A2A. So that's the workhorse of how we connect agents to various different systems out there in various different tools. All right, so agents really need to operate in a vendor marketplace or a multi-vendor ecosystem where we are not the only thing that's operating in a customer's environment. So the Fusion agents really need to talk to even other Oracle agents, which are non-Fusion, or other agents which are completely non-Oracle as well. So through MCP tools and connecting to what OIC provides, we can really connect to a variety of sort of systems out there. And so you can really talk to MCP servers that are anywhere on the internet, discover them, and use the tools and really enhance the capabilities of these agents. And it's super easy to add them within the studio itself. Fusion agents are also published as A2A cards. So there's an A2A agent-to-agent protocol that is, and there's an agent card registry for that. And so third-party agents can really call our agents, or we can call and discover and call other remote agents as well through that. So they can be agent teams that I talked about earlier can be really made up of fusion agents and non-fusion agents as well. So that's the beauty of that. That's the flexibility that we offer, being able to compile and compose all of them together in Agent Studio. So this really shows how the MCP tool can be used by agents within Agent Studio itself. And through Oracle integration, the magic of that, you really can connect and access apps and data that are not native to Fusion, right? So they can be Salesforce agents, SAP agents, Stripe, Shopify, you name it. So they can be any number of data could be residing in Databricks and so on. So you can really connect to data lakes out there. You can connect to other systems so you can create a complex agent team that operates as on a single pane of glass, really speaking. So you can really leverage automation tools that are elsewhere and comprise these agent teams that can really accomplish a task that was not possible before, really. So with OIC, it really makes it super easy for us to connect to millions of sort of these kinds of tools out there. And also, OIC can really help orchestrate fusion agents and other agents as well. So, it can be deterministic workflows. It can be a combination of deterministic and non-deterministic flows. So you can really have a heterogeneity in terms of agent flows. And that really opens up the canvas to what agents are truly about, right? Agentic flows were meant to really break down these silos, break down the pillars that we operate in SaaS typically. And this is now the opportunity to really envision or rethink a lot of workflows because earlier you were thinking in terms of silos. Now you can really expand that canvas through the magic of MCP and A2A that we support, and with the help of OIC's connectivity to really open up that canvas and build heterogeneous workflows. So we'll see some of that in the demos that are coming up on how to do that. So I'll pass it along to Nathan, I believe.
Yeah, thanks so much, Kaushal, and it's like super exciting to see the work that you guys are doing in this space. So let me give a quick kind of update on Oracle integration and specifically how we're working in this space. And so, really, whether you've been using Oracle integration for many years or you're just getting familiar with it, when we talk about Oracle integration, we like to start with a very practical goal, and that is helping you to accelerate your automation journey. Now, for most organizations, that begins with connecting applications and data that are going to span you across your business. From there, of course, we want to be able to extend into automating the business processes that both rely on those systems and also drive your business. Together, this notion of connection and automation helps your organization to improve efficiency, to become more effective, and really to gain more operational insight across your entire business. So increasingly, what we're seeing is the same foundation is also what allows your organization to innovate with AI in a way that is grounded in real business data and real business actions. This need to connect systems and to automate business processes doesn't go away with AI. In fact, in many ways, it becomes even more important. AI creates the most value when it's grounded in the right enterprise data, when it's able to take meaningful action across business processes, and when it's supported by data and automation that's both reliable and repeatable. So this is how we think about Oracle integration and the role it plays in this new age of AI. So Oracle integration helps make your AI agents become smarter with data because agents need real business context. It makes them more effective with action because they need to do more than simply generate insight. They need to interact with applications. They need to participate in workflows. They need to help drive work across your business. And it makes them more dependable with consistency because it's not just about whether something can be done, it's about whether it can be done in a way that's repeatable, that's observable, and it's aligned with how your business needs to operate. So this next phase, this next evolution of Oracle integration is not a departure from what customers already know. It's an extension of our core strengths. It's just the foundation of connectivity and automation that now really becomes the foundation for practical enterprise-ready AI. Of course, it all starts with data. Oracle integration makes agents smarter with data by providing this broad connectivity through our extensive library of pre-built adapters. Of course, this includes connectivity to Oracle integration, Oracle applications, most of the major third-party SaaS applications, databases, file systems, internet services. The list goes on and on and on. These pre-built adapters are what ensures that you can connect your AI agents to pretty much any application within your enterprise. Of course, once agents are grounded in the right context, the next expectation is to empower them with action. Oracle integration makes enabling enterprise actions through our portfolio of automation tools like integration to be able to orchestrate APIs, orchestrate RPA robots, AI services, even agents themselves. A whole new set of agentic AI capabilities that are really designed to expose enterprise action and data as tools that can be used by any AI agent like Fusion AI Studio. RPA to execute tasks where UI interaction is still required, where we may not have convenient access to APIs. Human oversight, where we've repurposed our process automation capabilities to be able to manage things like approvals or exception handling for our agents. Rule-based decisions to apply predictable, repeatable decision logic where we don't want the creativity necessarily brought through LLMs. And of course, B2B to be able to automate transactions outside of your enterprise and to your trading partners. So this portfolio of automation tools gives you the choice and the flexibility to use the right tool for the job at hand. So where are we going beyond these core capabilities of connect and automate? Well, it starts with providing governance in how AI agents can access your enterprise apps and data. You'll see today how we're creating AI agent tools using the exact same integrations that you've already invested in, and how we're making it easy for any AI system, such as Fusion AI Studio, to be able to access those tools using standards like the Model Context Protocol. Next, we'll be expanding on this theme of governance to provide an MCP server gateway, or actually multiple gateways, where you'll have control over which MCP servers your agents are accessing. You'll be able to apply various security and business policies to give you fine-grained control over when and how these tools are being used at an enterprise level. And of course, observability, so you have insight and an audit of which tools are being used, which systems are being accessed. We're building on our orchestration strengths, so creating native connectivity to things like AI agent cards, like what you see from Fusion agents. And we'll see that here a little bit today. And what this really does is it kind of helps you to create more hybrid, deterministic and non-deterministic multi-agent flows. And we'll see a little bit about that today. As I mentioned, we've repurposed our process automation capabilities for human oversight. So this is a notion of human in the loop that you'll likely have heard of, where we're engaging humans for approvals, for exception handling, and really for alignment across your agents. We've already released these human oversight capabilities, but what we'll be enhancing is being able to expose these human oversight capabilities directly through some new enhancements to the MCP protocol to be able to make those capabilities directly available as an MCP tool, therefore making them available to pretty much any AI agent out there. And then lastly, agent compliance. So this is where we'll provide retrospective assessment of agent telemetry against your business policies, providing the observability, the explainability that you need to be able to feel comfortable that the agents are performing as expected. So let's drill down on this first part we're already delivering today. That is providing governance over how AI agents access your enterprise apps and data. So as Kaushal mentioned, agents really are kind of comprised of a few key components. We have the LLM that's going to do reasoning over the goals and objectives that you've assigned to it, and then accessing tools where tools provide the agents access to external resources like your applications, like your data repositories. And of course, we expose those tools through the standards like Model Context Protocol. There are lots and lots of different agent ecosystems out there. Of course, today we're talking about Fusion AI Agent Studio, but even within Oracle, there are many other agentic initiatives. So the AI Data Platform agents, we have the 26 AI Agent Factory, the OCI Agent Hub, where you can build agents using cloud native techniques. Even within OIC, we can build agents. So lots of different agentic initiatives throughout Oracle. Of course, many different third-party agent systems like we'd see from Microsoft or Amazon, or this community of agentic technologies from LangChain. All of these agentic systems are able to communicate to tools through this standard called monocontext protocol. So what does this have to do with Oracle integration? Every one of these agents are going to have their own set of tools. For instance, in Fusion AI Studio, they're going to have tools to be able to access business objects within Fusion applications. Within AI Data Platform, they're going to have access to SQL tools to be able to access data in the data lake. Oracle integration complements these native tools in three key ways. First, it extends access to apps and data that are outside of the agent's native ecosystem. As an example, a Fusion agent may also need to access data in Salesforce or in Workday or SAP. Second, it provides deterministic orchestration for complex multi-step business operations. For example, creating an order in a very predictable and repeatable way may require orchestrating multiple APIs, each of them with hundreds of different fields, something that we want to leave to the discretion of an LLM. And lastly, it enables tools to be built with broader automation capabilities like RPA, like human oversight, and rule-based decisions. Maybe most importantly, Oracle integration centralizes governance. So it gives you a consistent way to manage and manage how your agents are accessing these enterprise applications, a central place to apply policies, credentials, auditing, all of the things that are necessary to ensure, just like anything else accessing your enterprise applications, to ensure that the agents are accessing them in a safe and governed manner. And this ultimately ends up reducing fragmentation in your enterprise. You'll end up creating agents in many different agent ecosystems. You don't want to end up having to re-implement security and oversight separately for each agent framework as your adoption scales. So with that, let's take a look at the product. I'm going to take a start here by taking a look at what we've done within Oracle integration, some of the new enhancements we've had. So I'll first start by coming to a project. If you're not using projects, please get with us so we can help you get migrated over to projects. Projects are a relatively new concept where we have aggregated all of our automation components in under one central place to provide unified lifecycle management and unified observability, more focused on creating kind of domain-specific solutions as opposed to thinking about each of these automation tools and technologies as kind of independent activities. So one place to bring all of your automation needs together. And so as an example, we have a place where you can manage your integrations, all of our new agentic AI capabilities, your RPA robots. This is where we've now resurfaced our process automation capabilities for human in the loop, our rule-based decisions, B2B, and even a knowledge base, which is effectively a native RAG infrastructure that we're delivering. So if we start with the use case where maybe we have a shared service center where we're receiving emails with invoice attachments or maybe paper invoice documents. Of course, in a shared service center, they would go ahead and scan those documents and get them stored in a folder somewhere. And we want to automate processing those documents. So even before this new agentic AI age, we would have probably solved this problem by creating a number of different utility integrations. So for instance, we may have created an integration to actually create the invoice, maybe another integration to go out and work with the documents that are being stored after scanning, or some other integrations to be able to classify these documents or to extract the data from these unstructured documents like PDF files so that it can be used downstream in processing. Now, again, before the agentic age, we probably would have then created a process flow or another application, or maybe even another integration to orchestrate all of these activities together. Today, we can use AI agents to more adaptively reason over exactly what the context is, what's happening with this particular invoice document, what's happening within our financial system, be able to reason over how to use these various integrations to be able to ultimately automate processing the invoices themselves. Before we get to that, I wanted to walk through a little bit of additional things that we have here. So I'm going to open up this classified document integration. A very simple integration. It's going to be invoked, passing it a file name. It's going to go out, get the document, given that file name from our file server, and then it's going to invoke this classified document activity. This classified document activity is nothing more than the OCI document understanding AI service. And you can see, just like with all of our adapters, we have really simplified how you can interact with these services. And in this case here, I simply choose the operation that I want to perform. In this case here, I want to do document classification. But we can also do things like text extraction, extract data from tables, and so on and so forth. We've actually provided all of the OCI AI services as native activities within Oracle integration, making it very easy for you to infuse intelligence into any of your integrations. So for example, not only document understanding, but generative AI, maybe to be able to summarize data or to create content for email responses, AI language, speech, vision, so on and so forth. And so all of these activities are now native to the integration palette, and you can simply drag and drop them into your integrations. We're also expanding this to be able to orchestrate agents themselves. So not just these discrete AI services, but complete agents. As an example, we now are in the process of releasing a new capability to go out and discover using the Fusion AI Studio A2A registry. Let's just call this invoke agent to be able to discover agents out in Fusion. Oh, and I can see that I think that my token has timed out. But we would be able to use these activities to be able to go out and discover from the Fusion AI Studio registry. We would be able to discover the various agent cards out there, select those just like any other connection, and then orchestrate those agents directly within the integration itself. So you can imagine where this would give you the ability to say, let's create an integration that's scheduled for every Monday morning. We'll go out and get some data, and then we'll invoke some agents. Or maybe you can create an integration that's based off of a file server event or a business event coming from Salesforce or what have you. Be able to go out and again create this hybrid deterministic and non-deterministic flow where you're maybe enhancing the data, maybe invoking some discrete AI services, and then ultimately invoking one or more AI agents. So this is something new that we're in the process of expanding on. And we'll see a better demo of that the next time that we meet. So let's go ahead and activate this integration. So we now have these integrations, again, that kind of form the basis for a set of functionality that we would use to help process these invoice documents that we have. Of course, agents know nothing about integrations. What agents know is this concept of tools. And so in our new agentic AI capabilities, in a new panel here, we have a whole new set of agentic AI capabilities. These other cards here is where you can build agents directly within OIC, but today we're mostly focused on how do we extend and complement the capabilities of agents built within Fusion applications. And so we'll focus today here on these tools. So I already have a number of tools defined: tool for create invoice, extract invoice data, and list documents. Let's create another tool here where we want to add another tool for classified document. So we'll select the integration classified document. We've automatically copied the description of that integration over here, and we now have the tool. The tool is nothing more than metadata that we're going to give to the agent for the large language model to be able to reason over what does this tool do. In this case here, we say this tool classifies a document like an invoice or a receipt. And if the agent actually wants to use this tool, how would it go about doing this? In this case here, we're telling the agent, well, you need to provide a file name, and we can even give it a description. The document file name. Obviously, it's a little bit simple here, but hopefully you understand the concept. And so now we have our tools. All of these tools, again, are just the abstraction that we're going to provide to the agents. These tools are all backed by integrations. To make these tools available to the agents, of course, we need to go ahead and have an MCP server that allows the agents to be able to discover those tools. To create an MCP server in OIC, we simply come into the project details here and click this button here and say enable this as an MCP server. We provide you the URL the server has. Of course, there are credentials behind the scenes, but this now enables you to be able to connect your agent to this MCP server and have have your agent then be able to leverage these tools. So with that, let me go ahead and take a pause and turn this over to JT, who is our AI Studio expert, and have him show you how to create agents within AI Studio and then how to connect them to OIC MCP servers to leverage our connectivity and automation. With that, JT, it's all yours.
Thanks, Nathan. So yeah, I'm going to show you within Agent Studio how we're going to add functionality to an existing agent to take advantage of an integration with an OIC. So let's get into the environment here. What we're looking at here is an end user view, and I have hundreds of agents that I can work with. I'm going to grab one called the concierge. This is a agent that can handle questions about worker types of questions, about their vacation balance, about leave, compensation, etc. So if I come in here and say, what's my vacation balance? It has the tools and capabilities, typically using Fusion business objects to be able to retrieve that data and provide those answers. Now, as an end user, I want to also use it to work with my invoices. So I'm going to say, can you show me the invoices in my invoices folder? And what we're going to see here is that the agent actually has no idea what I'm talking about. It has no tool to look up invoices and no awareness about it. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add that capability using an integration with an MCP, with an OIC and their MCP. So again, no knowledge of it. It's offering some options, but it doesn't know how to answer that question. So let's go into Agent Studio now, and let's go find that agent team. And this is that worker concierge. This is an example of a multi-agent team. So this is a supervisor who is taking the input from the user, the task, the question, and coming up with a plan, reasoning, coming up with a plan, and then using available specialized agents to answer those questions. And within each of those agents are a set of tools. So my vacation balance, as an example, has 13 tools in here, a combination of business objects and policy documents to be able to answer that question. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a new agent that can answer questions about invoices. So let's go take a look at agents here. I'm going to add a new worker agent, and I'm going to call it my invoices specialist. And I'm going to give it a description. This agent can work with invoices. I'll give it a persona and role. You are an invoice specialist. That can handle creating, processing, and extracting information from invoices. Okay, and then I'll give it a prompt. And what I'm going to prompt it to do is to use a tool. Prompts can be complicated, but in this case, we're just going to add one tool. So I'm going to say for any invoices related tasks, use the OIC invoice tool. Now, this tool has actually been pre-created. Let me show you what that looks like here real quick. So let me, first of all, create this new worker agent. I'm actually going to add the tool, and then we'll go look at what it looks like before we. So I'm going to search for my tool. Here it is, the MCP invoice processing tool. You can see, as Nathan was sharing, the tools that, or the integrations they exposed through that MCP show up here as available tools. So as I connect to it, I can query the available tools, make them available through this agent, and now I can do all the tasks that are available to me within this MCP. Let me go ahead and add that. And what I'll do here actually is I'll quickly run it, and I'm going to ask that same question that I did before. What are the files in my invoices folder? Now this time, what it's going to do is it's going to be able to find that there's a new specialist agent that can handle invoices. That invoices specialist is going to then look at the tools it has available to it, which is the MCP connecting up to Integration Cloud. And then it's going to invoke it, passing the information it needs through the context, and then getting a response. So now I have a response here, and I'm going to ask it to extract the details from this invoice. So again, the agent is going to use the MCP to call the integration. The integration is going to extract the details and then provide a response back to my agent, who's then going to summarize it within my chat window. And within Agent Studio, you can also see all the details of the calls, the context, how long each action takes in terms of token usage and latency. And here we go. Here we have the answer. So all it took for me to do was to add a new worker agent to this particular multi-team agent, add the specific tool which I wanted, which in this case was MCP, and then connect the two together. Let's take a look at the tool itself. So let's look for the OIC MCP. Here it is down here. So it's really easy to set up. We provide the metadata about the tool. You can see the available tools here because this was pre-built. And that's all it really takes to create the tool and to make it available to the agents for their usage.
Thanks so much, JT. That was just incredible. Super job. And Nathan, great. So let's keep rolling on this. You know, those were awesome strategic insights and demonstrations. Now, Niall, over to you for your favorite features of 2601, maybe a little preview of 2604.
That's great. Thank you, Daryl. So the 2601 new features, now this is just a summary of them. It's not going into exhaustive detail here. But you can see here that our investment within AI agents, prompt templates, the conversational support, public API for invoking agents from third parties. And then as Nathan showed us there, the new OIC action for invoking AI agents from integrations. And of course, from a CI/CD perspective, OIC deployments or project deployments now can include agents. Now, I saw a couple of questions in the chat there about AI Assistant and how can we see that in OIC? Well, AI Assistant is enabled out of the box. Now, you can disable it under settings if you want to, but it is enabled out of the box. And of course, that is creating your project documentation. It can create projects and integrations from scratch, just based on your natural language requirements. As you can see there for 2601, we have the ability now to create B2B trading partner entries based on natural language. Now, this is very, very useful for customers who have a plethora of trading partners. Now, with the whole idea of observability, we have new service metrics that have been released, for monitoring file server connections, concurrent async requests, and so on. And we have file server logging, runtime audit of who did what with which file in your OIC file server. And a great feature as well is the ability to directly push OIC activity stream logs to OCI log analytics for further processing. With connectivity, as you see, we've, as always, new adapters there, and a plethora of enhancements to existing adapters. However, here I'm just highlighting the AI vector search support in ATP adapter. So looking at 2604, Daryl, we have exciting new features coming there as well in respect of HITL, that's human in the loop, which Nathan discussed already. Great new features coming in there, and just, watch this space, as we say. Daryl, back to you.
Outstanding. Thanks so much. Niall, that's outstanding. This is a terrific summary, and for all of our speakers, your insights, step-by-step demos, thank you so much. If you want to learn more, make sure to join the Accelerate program. You'll find more information at bit.ly Accelerate Integration. You can make use of integration resources, including our website and documentation. Take advantage of the free OCI trial to build your proof of concept. And, we've been answering a lot of your questions throughout, so let's clear any that are remaining here. Niall, I see you've cleared quite a few. Are there a few that stand out to you so far?
No, there are many there, and I can see that there was a huge interest in the Fusion AI Studio there, and I see that JT answered all of those questions there, along with Kishore, who's been assiduously answering the questions relating to OIC agents and our ecosystem there. At Oracle, we have a plethora of agent frameworks available to you. And of course, all of them have their sweet spots, so to speak. And the one thing that all of these agent frameworks in Oracle have in common is their ability to leverage OIC tools to access enterprise data and technology. So I think that's one of the huge value adds that we as OIC offer in this space. But again, the plethora of agent tools or agent frameworks available in Oracle, check them out, see which one suits your needs. I suppose the Fusion AI Studio is a no-brainer for Fusion customers, but the other ones are there as well. Like from the database, we've got the private agent factory. From AIDP, we've got their agents as well. And of course, we've got the OCI Gen AI agents as well.
JT, I see you've been clearing quite a few of these as well. Are there any that are standing out for you in terms of questions about token generation, pricing, how Oracle integration and Fusion AI Agent Studio are fitting together?
I think the one thing I've seen that there may be some confusion about is how do you get access to Fusion Agent Studio? The simple answer is you're a Fusion customer. So if you have any Fusion product, you have access to Agent Studio out of the box. You just set up an admin role to get access to it, and you can start to deploy Oracle delivered templates, of which there are several hundred, and you can build fully custom agents as well. What you saw me demonstrate today was connectivity to OIC. And so with tools like external REST, with MCP, you can pull in pretty much any service that you need. Integration Cloud, of course, gives us all these great pre-built integrations. And you saw how easy it was within OIC to create tools out of those and make an MCP server. So within Agent Studio, that's another service that now I have access to. And very simple to create that MCP, select those tools, make them available to an agent. And I just added new functionality to that agent within a few minutes of work. So really meant to work together, particularly as it relates to enterprise integration and any assets you may already have, and Integration Cloud can be quickly turned into these MCPs and used within Agent Studio.
Thanks so much, JT. And thanks to all of our speakers on this. I want to make sure that folks have access to all of these incredible resources for both customers and partners. Those have been posted in the webinar chat as well. And will be part of the PDF when we post. Remember, your local product management contacts are Niall in EMEA, Paolo Mota in South America, Ravi Shablani for North America, Ravi Pinto for India, and Steve Tyndall for ASEA. And of course, Jürgen Kress for your global go-to-market questions. We'd like to say thank you for joining today, and thanks to the whole team. With that, Thanks to you all, and thanks to our speakers. Have a great day.